You know,
Doing that now.
I couldn't eat no drive.
Yeah, I've heard that, but even told, I don't know. That's the first thing he say. He even told. I don't know.
What does that mean?
What
What does even told
I
mean?
don't know. Is that part of the hook?
Does it have hooks?
yes.
Yes.
Pull up there, you got that big
Even
phone
told.
You want to talk about my phone?
right there. I'm just saying.
All right, I can take it.
Hey, you know, they ain't got none of that Zoo Atlanta, so we got to go down there. You know,
That's funny.
Even told is a translation of the description. This group includes pigs, peccaries, hippopotamus, camels, deer, giraffes. So I guess they got the same feet. Sheep, goat. I guess they got the same feet.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So what they say we gotta do part of the hoof?
Chew the cud.
Oh, okay.
Like clone foot.
He chewed the cud?
Yeah.
How y'all know he chewed the cud?
Yeah.
Look it up.
We did the same thing you did.
Yes, it is.
That's what
I ain't eat no giraffe.
and it came down to what it did.
I'm gonna catch it and kill it.
Exactly. I ain't killing no
I
giraffe.
already got the tree to eat.
Right, there you go. I eat what he eat.
He chew the cud, right?
I just looked on the thing, it's not, it says it's not.
Well, she was saying certain ills. She didn't say all ills. She just said
I
like,
didn't decipher which one, it
Well,
just said all.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not really going by anybody's clean and unclean list. I'm going by, it got scales and it got pit.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, she was saying, I guess they all different types of ills, but I guess the ill that she saw, it had small scales. So, you know, it had small scales.
I've scaled an eel before.
It's
I've scaled one. It's got really tiny scales, but
okay,
they scale.
so you know.
Never.
We got enough fish in the sea.
Hey, right. But, I mean, hey, it's edible.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do,
yeah.
but my point is, clean or not, like that's it. That's all I'm trying to say.
That's it. Like,
Clean or not.
she ain't trying to bring no ills to Pentecost. What did?
Right, like I'm just asking, because I do, like, I know people, and I ain't been myself. I haven't.
For you to go on and tell somebody, oh, no.
Right,
that's
I
not
haven't,
it.
because I ain't been super sure, but
Mhm.
when I'm looking at the clean and unclean food list, if it's clean, huh? I know I do, I've scaled eels before,
She from Hawaii, huh?
like, you have to scale them to eat them.
So,
Yeah, they have to.
any more questions?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
trying to find out how did the salad come about?
You said how did it Sabbath?
Yes, how did the salad come about?
Okay. So you say how did it become today or
No,
just,
I'm saying period.
just how did it come about? All right. Good questions.
Oh, the salad.
All right, so let's go into the beginning. Because you know, the Sabbath came from the beginning. So let's go to Genesis chapter 1. And you know, we can look at we can look at how God, we can all look at God in the beginning, you know, how he actually labored for 6 days. You know what I mean? And then he actually gonna tell you in chapter 2, you know, how he actually rests from his works, which was the works of his creation. You know, I'm sorry, go ahead.
What I would like to do is explain why, you know.
Are you saying why? 'Cause okay.
You know, and what it means for the people.
No, you explain. And then here's the reason she's asking. She's asking because she wants.
Why are we supposed to keep the Sabbath?
She's asking. She know why we're supposed to keep the Sabbath.
Oh, yeah, that's why I'm not catching the point. Okay, I'm sorry.
Be swift to hear. I'm telling you why she's asking. Because the brother here with her hasn't heard this before. Everything he hears today is pretty much new. She's trying to make sure when she walk out of here, she don't want to have to try to explain what we be doing today.
Okay.
So it's on you to explain why we do it, what we doing. Roll with it, boss. Yeah, roll with it, boss. Sabbath. Right. You was following, so when you wrote.
Oh, okay, well, yeah.
She just wants you to understand her point.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can answer.
So was I going in the right direction as far as an answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Overall, you know,
Okay.
we started that way.
All right. So I got my tool guy who's gonna help me along the way. But yeah, so in Genesis chapter 1, we got the beginning. So let's just read, you know, just a little bit on, because God, of course, you know, when you go and read in the gospel, he gave the Sabbath for man to rest. You know what I mean? So in other words, like, you know, he didn't just make the Sabbath, he made it for us to rest. That's why he said he gave what? The Sabbath for man to rest, not the Sabbath for man. So in other words, like, that's the day that we supposed to come together and literally rest spiritually and physically. You know, so right here in Genesis chapter 1, you know, God is going to give us a blueprint on how the Sabbath day was to go according to man as well. So just, I mean, we can just read some of the creation, how, you know, God did about his creation. So you can start at verse 1.
In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, let there be light. There was light. And God divided the light from darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day.
Skip down to verse 14. So we're just going through, you know, because in chapter 1, verses 1 through, in the beginning, it's just giving you the creation. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm telling you to skip down to verse 14, because it's just really just giving you the creation about how God did his creation. So what we just saw in the verse is that God created light, and then he also had dark. So that was your first day. Then we get down to 14, which we're going to read. He's going to talk about the firmaments, what's going to be in the firmament. So 14, go ahead.
And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night. And let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days and years.
So these lights right here are not the same as the lights that we just saw in, you know, 1 and verse 5. They are not the same lights, because these lights right here in verse 14, you know, this your sun, your moon, and your stars. So, but right here we on a whole nother day right now.
What's
you know, the firmament is, you know, when you look up in the sky. Yeah. I just had to look. That's all. But yeah, so the firmament is the sky or the heaven, you know, and up there you're gonna see the sun, the moon, and the stars. So that's what he did on the 4th day. That's what he did on the 4th day. Let's skip down to verse. Let's skip down to verse okay. Let's go over to chapter 2 then. So like I was just telling you that, you know, chapter 1 is just the blueprint. You know, chapter 1 is just God doing the creating at that point. So now when we read chapter 2, you know, chapter 2 is going to walk into existence. Everything's going to start to come alive. You know, like I said in verse 1, it's just writing down. But 2, everything is going to come to life. So chapter 2 and verse 1, go ahead and read, brother.
Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them.
So everything was done. You know, all the creation that God had created from, you know, day 1 to day 6, because he created man on the 6th day. You know, and, you know, that was set up that way for a reason. You know, because man was going to have dominion over all the earth. But that's just that's something else. But verse 2 and 1, it just says, thus the heavens and the earth were finished. So that was done with his creation. Verse 2.
And on the 7th day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had made.
Go ahead.
And God blessed the 7th day and sanctified it.
So God blessed the 7th day and he sanctified it. You know, he set it apart from all your other days. You know what I mean? Because this day right here, God hallowed. You know, so verse 3 it says, and God blessed the 7th day and sanctified it. But you read in verse 2, he rested. You know what I mean? He ain't resting right now, but what I'm saying, he rested from his creation. You know, so that's today. You know, we're gonna read it though, we're gonna go over into Exodus. But you know, even on the 7th day, like the brother was saying, man, he worked like 50 hours a week. And this is a day where he can replenish himself and be refreshed. So that's what today is represent of actually sanctification, because now we set ourselves apart from the world. Not only God has set this day apart from all the rest of the other days. So, you know, all the other days can't be, you know, sanctified because he didn't sanctify. He sanctified the 7th day. But keep reading though, brother.
And God blessed the 7th day. I'm sorry, verse 3. And God blessed the 7th day and sanctified him, because that in it he had rested from all his works which God created and made.
So he had rested from all his works that he created and made. Let's go over here on Exodus. Exodus. I'm sorry. I have to hear everything. I can't even talk to myself, man. Like, what y'all hearing? Let's go over here on. Okay.
You just want to break down Sabbath. You want somebody to keep Sabbath for the rest of their life.
Let's go to Exodus 32.
All right.
I'm sorry.
What you looking for?
Yeah, let's go to Exodus 31. Let's go to Exodus 31. And let's pick it up at 13. We'll pick it up at 12.
31 and 12.
31 and 12.
Exodus.
Exodus 31 and 12.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily my Sabbaths ye should keep.
So he spoke to Moses, the Lord spoke to Moses and said, you're going to keep my Sabbaths. You know, because, I mean, when you, of course, get a little more understanding on the word of God, he got plural behind the word Sabbath because, you know, of course, we got the weekly Sabbath, but we also got high Sabbath. You know, we just had a high Sabbath, like, you know, a week ago, dealing with Feast of Unleavened Bread. And so that's why he's making it plural right here, because it's more than just one Sabbath. But we know that the weekly Sabbath is today. But keep reading, though, brother.
For it is a, verse 13, verse 13. Speak thou also to the children of Israel, saying, Verily my Sabbaths you should keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generation.
So the Lord just said, this is a sign between the children of Israel and him throughout our generation. That generation is also plural as well. You know, so that generation applies all the way until today. What that means?
He says it's a sign.
This is a sign. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me ponder on that for a second. What he means by that is, you know, this is a sign that God is with the children of Israel.
Basically, what he's getting at is, you keeping the Sabbath, this is an indication that you're doing what the Lord wants. This is a sign. For example, if I walk up to you and you tell me you go to church, my question is what church you go to. If you say New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, then I'm going to say to myself, okay, you're not in part of the covenant or the sign that the Lord said, because you're going to church on Sunday. So my first clue to determine whether you serve God or not is the day that you actually keep, which day you go to church. That's what he means by it's a sign. This is going to be a sign upon this people that they are my people because they keep the Sabbath. That's right.
Okay.
Lord told them somewhere else, you know, Black people, you know, have been, and some strangers with us, so Jake probably with us too. But we was in the land, and we was in Israel as kings and priests, and we was bad. We was lying, stealing, committing adultery, you know, murder. We was doing all kinds of stuff. The Lord said, but if you would have just kept my Sabbath, if you just would have kept this one day that I gave, that I blessed and sanctified all the way in Genesis chapter 2, that I put in the 10 Commandments, if you could have kept this one day, I'd have left you in the land. When he throwed us out the land, he said, the reason I'm not gonna have you as kings and queens no more, he said, is because he said, I need this land to fulfill its Sabbath. That's right. So that's, you know, this is it's your identification to link you with God. To say, yeah, you just like when you look at the scribes and the Pharisees, He said, well, y'all hold the keys to the kingdom, but you're not going in and you're not letting nobody else go in. Well, the reason they still hold the keys to the kingdom was because they still had the right days of the week that you're supposed to serve God on. You see what I'm saying? Even though they weren't acting right,
That's right.
as individuals, they still had the key, because the key is the Sabbath, because the Sabbath day really walks you into something else. It's leading you into, if you can learn how to rest now, you can learn how to rest later. I'm gonna let the Marcus pick it back up. Maybe he got some more for us. Maybe some rules on it, whatever.
Oh, so you saying
I'm saying whatever you got. But let's
okay,
keep it.
let's finish this up.
Where you want me at?
14.
You should keep the Sabbath therefore, for it is holy unto you. Everyone that defileth it should surely be put to death.
So, people ain't being killed today. So, we ain't talking about being put to death right now, but you're going to be put to death the Lord is out. If you're not keeping the Sabbath day. But keep reading them.
For whosoever doeth any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from amongst his people.
So you're going to be cut off from among your people. That if you're doing any kind of work on this particular day, because on this day, we're supposed to be resting in the word of God. The Lord is overfair. He is way more mercy because, he gave you 6 days to do whatever it is you need to do. And then on the 7th day, you're going to rest in the word of God. Now, 6 days is whatever you need to do according to rights. You know what I mean? So you got 6 days to make your money or to do your shopping or to cook your dinners every day of the week. You got 6 days to do that, but God just gave me 1 day, to give unto him. So I think that's a little more fair. But like he just said, your only question.
I'm trying to find out where we are. I don't.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. We in Exodus 31. I thought you had a question. I'm sorry.
Hey, you see how you switch that up now. You know the question?
You did that.
I'm sorry, man.
Hey, Exodus 30. But read 15.
6 days may work be done, but in the 7th is the Sabbath of rest, holy to the Lord.
So it says holy unto the Lord. This day is holy because we just read over here in Genesis, sanctified and set it apart. You know what I mean? So just like the brother was explaining is that, keeping the Sabbath day, that's a sign of showing that you're with the Lord. Because also keeping this day holy. But keep reading though, brother.
Verse. Wherefore the children of Israel should keep the Sabbath to observe throughout their generation for a perpetual covenant.
So this is for a perpetual covenant. That means it ain't no getting out of the Sabbath day. This is something that we're gonna keep. When we long gone, in the way they must go, which is the word. So we in the forever. Go ahead.
Shall we read verse 17?
Yeah, go ahead and read verse 17.
It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and on the 7th was refreshed.
So you're gonna be refreshed on this day also. Especially if you work 6 days a week, man, and you make it straight, you don't need a break. In the 7th day, that's gonna be your break. Now we understand that they want to say their first day is on Monday because that's the beginning of their work day. But you heard what I said, man. You know what I mean? But God right here, he just told you 7. He ain't give you no day. He ain't say worship on Saturday. He gave you a number. So now when we look at our calendar, we all can count from 1 to 7. And we can read, we can see that the 7 days so have. Oh, your question? Yeah, hold it for a second. Let's go over it on. Is it pertaining to this? I can't do too bad. I ain't good. I ain't sure like that. That's you, bro.
That's a bad thing, so it is.
I can't. And let's go over it on Nehemiah real quick. I don't think you said it. Nehemiah chapter 9. Nehemiah chapter and verse 13. All right. Yeah. No, oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Maybe try to look
What's that?
maybe look at Nehemiah chapter 13.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
You know for when you lay hands on them.
Yeah. Nehemiah. Nehemiah.
And I think it's chapter 13.
Yeah. Nehemiah 13. Nehemiah 13 and
Then start at what, 15 minutes?
okay. Start at verse 15. Hey. Go ahead. 13 and on. And let's start at verse 1. Skip to 15.
On that day, they read in the book of Moses in the audience of the people, and there it was found written that the Ammonite, the Moabite, should not come into the congregation of God forever.
All right, skip down to verse 15. So the reason why I read that because, you know, we over here in Nehemiah, and they still reading, you know what I mean, the book of Moses. So therefore, like, you know, Nehemiah, they didn't like deviate from the law. You know, they still kept the law. That's why we read in verse 1, they opened up the book of Moses. So what we just read again, that's the book of Moses. Even though it said in the beginning of that chapter, you know, God spake unto Moses. So, you know, Moses is just a servant of God that's actually ministering the word of God.
In those days saw I and Judah wine presses on the Sabbath, and bringing in sheaves, and lading asses, as also wine, grapes, and figs, and all manner of virgins, which they brought into Jerusalem on the Sabbath day. And I testified against them in the day wherein they sold victuals.
So this Nehemiah, and you know, he's seeing that, you know, in Judah, children of Israel, you know, they going against the Sabbath right now. You know, like he was just saying, they doing, you know what I mean? They treading the wine press, they bringing in sheaves, laden asses. In other words, they defile the Lord's Sabbath. And we're gonna get an understanding on what's defile the Lord's Sabbath by bringing this, because you know that's labor. You working. But let's keep reading though. Verse 16.
There dwelt men of Tyre also there, which brought fish and all manner of ware, and sold on the Sabbath unto the children of Judah and Jerusalem.
So they brought, you know, they burned, but then it says there dwelt men of Tyre there, which brought fish and all manner of ware, and sold on the Sabbath. So even on the Sabbath, you know, we ain't supposed to be doing no selling. You know, but right here, these men of Tyre, these would be other nations selling unto the